Hi, and welcome to the Toon Goons, the Hollywood-acknowledged podcast in which we take an adult and critical look into the world of cartoons and animation and analyze how they affect the pop cultural landscape at large. I'm one of your hosts, Nikki.
I'm Nina.
And I'm Tooch, who due to a tragic childhood accident has been a talking panther this entire time.
We were going to save it for the one-year anniversary, but here we go.
Whoops.
Yeah, guys, it's the sad truth.
It was too topical. I couldn't.
Right, this week we are talking about I'm even trying to think of what country. I guess multinational production.
It was Canadian, mainly, I believe.
Well, the comic book, the original comic book was Argentinian, right?
CYBERSIX.
Yes.
A comic book, a show based on in very interesting production.
Yeah, it's a very fascinating blip of animation history.
Yeah, and we're going to get into that in a bit. We got a lot of news this week because we took a week off. You know, things happen. I got sick. Hotline Miami 2 came out. Nina came home from college for spring break, so that meant that we were, going doll hunting and playing Hotline Miami 2.
I've been here this whole time waiting, so I'm glad we're back, because I didn't have anything to do.
All right. So what's the first story?
Well, I want to start off with some news about us,
Ooh.
how we're doing, what's going on in Goontown. Because I feel bad since we were gone for like a week, so let's let everybody know what's been happening. And some fun stuff has been happening. One on mostly Tooch's end, and then the other on us collectively. So I guess we'll do us collectively.
Yes.
One on
First.
completely Tooch's end. We're riding his coattails.
I didn't even know we were going to talk about it on the show. I just saw it in our list of news things, and I was like, what? Okay,
No,
I guess.
it's cool. We'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah, but we'll get to that. First is... So last week's episode, or not last week, but last episode was on the Book of Life, and Jorge Gutierrez tweeted at us saying thank you for talking about his movie that he made on our little silly podcast show, which seems to imply that he listened to it?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Like,
do I?
he listened to our podcast show.
Our 2 hours long stupid podcast. That's super cool. If you're listening again, Mr. Gutierrez, thank you so much. Like, our mom has been going bananas about this. Our entire family knows that we're best friends with you.
I know, and I feel really bad because this is definitely my harshest critique I've had on anything we've done, and lo and behold, the actual guy behind it pays attention to it. So I'm kind of like, oh, I'm sorry if I came across a little mean, but thank you.
Yeah, his exact words were, "Thank you for the kind words about Book of Life."
What if it was super passive-aggressive, like, thanks a lot?
Thanks a lot, pendejos.
Well, I mean...
I do not get that vibe from that. No,
he seems like the
Not from that
nicest
face. Look
guy.
at his face.
Look at his face. So now we definitely got to do Manny Rivera.
Yes.
I'm actually going to be so on edge during that show now.
Oh, no, I'm going to be, like, totally, like, digging my fingernails into my entire body.
I'm going to have to
I'll be
take
fine.
Because he's following us on Twitter now. He didn't just tweet at us, he's following us.
Oh, man, we should tweet stuff now.
Ugh. So, thanks for whoever made that happen. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe he just googs himself.
Maybe.
We tagged it on Tumblr and everything. And SoundCloud.
That's true. All right.
And then,
so that's big news.
and then the other piece of navel gazing is in regards to Steven Baum, which we're not really going to talk about at the end of the show because we're doing our Steven Universe Season 1 recap pretty soon, within a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was a part in an episode. I'm not going to... So, since we're not talking about it, I'm not going to spoil it, but there's a part in an episode where there was a song, and Peridot had a line in the middle of the song, which, according to Tooch, and I absolutely hear it, sounded like she was about to start a rap verse. She didn't, but Tooch wrote it.
Yeah.
And then some other artist on Tumblr. Do you know her name, Tooch?
It was a side blog, Magic Girl QB, like the Madoka QB.tumblr.com. That's the blog she posted it on. She goes by Kat. She laid it down, and it exploded from there. Really.
Yeah. Ian JQ saw it. I'm sure Becky Shug saw it.
Her voice actress saw it.
Peridot's voice. It was fun. It was weird, and most people reblogged a version that had all the necessary credits on there. Some didn't. Fuck you.
Honestly,
Yeah,
I'm surprised. Like, I've seen more credit given to me than not, which amazes me because it's
me too.
It's 2 degrees. It's 2 degrees detached. They could all assume she just did it, and a couple do, but more times than not, it's always recorded by Magical QB, lyrics by Mike Tooch, and I'm like, that's good. This is a great year for Tumblr. There's hope.
Yeah, I mean that's serious improvement for this terrible website.
Yeah, this broke ass 2/3 of a website.
I'm not a big fan of crediting people, and honestly, the first I saw on my dash was one that didn't credit you, Tooch, and I was like, no. No.
My biggest thing was people would ask her for the lyrics. Like, she linked to them in the I don't even know. And then 2, she posted them on her SoundCloud, and because she is a singular person who exists on 2 different websites, people can't wrap their head around that, and she was getting hate on her SoundCloud saying she stole it from her own Tumblr. God, it's ridiculous.
There we go.
Well, there you go. But you know what? It was cool. It was fun. Tooch became an internet sensation. People I know in real life heard about it and were like, have you heard the Peridot rap? And I'm like, yeah, I know the guy who wrote it.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. A few people actually, it's gotten so detached from me and her. Some people actually have tried to start a mistaken rumor that it was canon and they cut it. So that's the biggest compliment I've ever heard.
Yeah, because the woman who laid it down that's an incredible impression.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
Yeah. And now people are trying to animate it. It's on the Steven Wiki.
It's on Steven Wiki.
It's on the Steven, but they spelled it. But they spelled rap with a W.
Oh my god, that was a roller coaster. All right, let's go into some real news.
Oh, okay.
Now that we're done patting ourselves on the back for things that are barely our fault.
Oh,
No.
People brought it to our attention. People were like, hey, did you see that Tooch's rap got noticed by Ian Jones Cordy? And I was like, yes, I did. Okay. I'm going to just go down my list I've got here from the tip. And on the tip, we've got more information about Digimon Tree.
Yes.
The Digimon sequel, reboot thingy that's happening that we've talked about. And the thing that we know now is that all 8 of the original main cast members will be reprising their roles.
Well, this is specifically mentioned that it's just the Digimon, right? Because I read the article and it only credited the Digimon VAs. I assume the Digidestined are back, but I'm pretty sure this is focusing on the Mon.
I guess so. It's weird because the sentence says all 8 of the original main cast members, and then it just says all the Mons. So I guess they're the stars.
Wait, because the sub-headline is all 8 Digi-actors. Oh yeah, that's still not... This is... Step up your journalism, otakuusamagazine.com/latest news /etc.
I actually really like that website.
It's usually pretty solid.
Okay, I'll trust y'all because I love y'all. But this,
okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna premiere in April. It's just coming up pretty soon.
I'm hype.
Everyone's pretty hype, even though the art is lackluster. But Digimon.
It's not.
That's
certainly not terrible.
That singular image makes it look bad. But I know the.
Did you see the character art though of Agumon?
I didn't hate it.
Okay.
Like because I don't know. I trust I trust the character designer because he did one of my favorite small, cute slice-of-life animes, Suritama, which is just about some teenagers becoming friends and learning how to fish, and there's an alien involved. It's super cute. It's on Crunchyroll.
That sounds cute.
Everybody should watch Suritama.
Oh, cute. But yeah, this is, of course, for the Japanese cast. The English version is still probably at least a year away at this point. It takes a few months to do that.
At this point, I'm unsure who has the rights, because it's gone through a couple hands.
Yeah. I don't know how it's going to be distributed here, but someone's going to do it because it's going to make a lot of money on the...
I hope they stream it.
Yeah, on the streaming. It would be dumb not to.
That seems to be the go-to thing these days, is just stream it. Just put it on the interbutts.
It's a lucrative industry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you happen to watch Digimon in Japanese because you bought the entire series box set and decided you needed to watch everything, all of it, then it'll be the same people. So that's nice.
Yeah.
And cool. Alright, so next up, more anime news, that's just the way I've got it organized, is about Studio Ghibli again. But this is specifically about the director of Arrietty and When Marnie Was There. His name is Yono Bayashi, and he is actually leaving Studio Ghibli, which is kind of interesting. He says due to disappointing results with his films. Mm-hmm. He says, "I'm not at Ghibli. I quit at the end of the year, and I'm not there anymore." And he said he still wants to make anime, though. Something lighthearted or fantasy, different from Marnie. He says it's possible he'll continue to work with Ghibli as an independent director, but, Ghibli is open for business, but isn't, really making anything right now, kind of. I mean, there's that TV show that I think might be over, and, a few museum shorts, but it might be in his best interest to move on.
Yeah.
To continue to make stuff.
It makes sense because Ghibli is wrapping up. Certainly, it's certainly never going to be what it was before.
No, and we're still trying to figure out exactly what it is because we keep getting reports that are Ghibli's not dead, but then nothing of what they're actually working on. So, whatever.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm. So next up. Couple quickies about some of our favorite shows on the air right now. So, as we all know, Gravity Falls had its mid-season finale, which means that it will not be returning until summer. So, we've got all this lovely time to wait, and all the conspiracy theorists will be prepped and ready to go for when it's finally back.
They're going to be boiling over.
Yeah, it's a long time, especially since we had to wait a whole month for this finale in between the previous episode.
Yeah.
God.
Which was ridiculous, and now we have to wait months for the next part, and it's just what are you doing? Why?
I mean, the whole season's got to be ready to go.
I know! How can it not be at this point?
Yeah.
Unless there's some, fucking disastrous animation errors and they had to send it back.
Oh no, someone drew Gungle Stan's dick! Shut it down!
And the other quickie is more exciting, and that's about Steven and how it's been picked up for a third season. So we already knew we're getting a second season. We're technically already in it right now, which is a little confusing, but we're getting a third season, which means we're getting 150-something episodes.
So much, Steven!
Which is insane. That's huge.
A universe, if you will, of Steven.
Yeah. It's nuts. The show's never going to die. It's great.
I know. So they can definitely take their time with stuff. They don't have to, put all the gem drama crunched in as much. I mean, not that it was...
real emotional, slow burn. Basically like they've been doing. This show kills me. I love it.
I know, I don't feel like it's been crunched in, but, now they're whoa, we have all this time. I mean, they've probably already finished season 2, so I wonder...
Yeah, they're probably... If they haven't, then they're just putting the finishing touches on it, because they've been, I know...
I know some of it's finished.
Yeah, because people who have been working on Steven Universe for, almost a year now have exclusively been working on Steven 2 and shit, so, yeah.
Yeah.
What was the first episode of season 2?
That was
That was the one after Jailbreak. Like the one
Yeah.
that was immediately after it. Fridays, Stephen Baum.
That's stupid for that to be season 2, because that's completely the conclusion to the arc of season 1. That's dumb.
Yeah,
I don't
feel
acknowledge
like that. Should
that.
have been this. I feel like this should have been season finale, and the episode we just got would be new season or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, because, like, Stephen Baum was essentially a movie, but paced for TV, save for Rose's Scabbard. But everything from The Message onward was basically, one narrative. It was a movie. And what I liked about the last one is that it allowed you to do an epilogue to a movie in a way that wasn't anticlimactically paced. Mm-hmm. It's usually very hard, unless you take the Return of the King route and just say, fuck you! We're putting another movie on the end of our movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's really weird. I mean, maybe it's a production thing, but
It's probably more of a production thing. Because, I mean, if they knew they were going to air it, like, the day after, it's really semantics at this point. The show's just still going.
I know, there hasn't been any breaks for a while, and it's still going.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy. But alright. Next, we've got some info about lovely Laika, everybody's favorite stop-motion house.
Woo!
And that they have announced plans to increase the size of their facility by 70%. Which is...
That's a lot.
A lot of percents.
They need room for all the poopets.
Yeah, they've decided to build on their current 150,000 square foot warehouse, so then make that even bigger. Because they, have a lot of storage needs for their puppets and their props and all the faces and
it's
the
just a
sets.
freaking it's an ending of the Raiders of the Lost Ark warehouse, just full of Norman's face.
And they're not going to get rid of any of that stuff.
No, they'll sell it at auction if times ever get really crunchy, but...
Yeah, it's going to consist of a 2-story facility on the west side of the current studio. And the area they're expanding is where most of their parking is. So they're going to have to add new parking somewhere else. But, they're working all this stuff out in the middle of working on Kubo and the Two Strings, which is set to come out next year in August. So it's kind of a lot at once, working on a movie where you can't move anything, fuck it up, and then also expanding your studio space.
God.
But that's exciting. They might be able to do, 2 movies at once, or, the scale. They can do crazy shit with scale now. Like, make giant puppets, or maybe not giant puppets, but bigger puppets. Because they seem to be getting bigger and bigger with the puppets.
Yeah, that's true, actually,
detail. Yeah. So, it's very exciting. I'd like to see where it all goes.
I am super excited. I love Laika.
Okay, so now something not exciting, but sad. So earlier on the show, we talked about our man, Gendy, and how he was working on a Popeye movie for Sony, and how they released a test footage and a clip, and it was awesome, and we all loved it. But apparently, Gendy has announced that he is no longer working on the Popeye film.
I was taken aback when I saw that headline. I was literally just like,
very sad.
what? Like, out loud. Little John style. But it was not okay.
So this is what Gendy had to say. We definitely won't be talking about Hotel 3, with me at least. Popeye, at least, we put up a great screening. Everybody really liked that sizzle. We got a positive reaction. I was in love with what we were doing, but I think the studio is going through changes, and I don't know if they want to make the Popeye that I want to make. So they've got to make a decision. Right now, I'm off that project and moving on. The other one that we soft announced, which is Can You Imagine, which is an original idea of my own and a very personal story. It was hard to let Popeye go, but that's the business.
I'm sure he's well experienced with this sort of thing at this point in his career, sadly.
Yeah.
This fucking blows.
I know, like, the changes, like, the executive left, they got a new president, but, like, that test footage was so beautiful and had so much potential.
And like what, like the little film, like the little thing of Gendy talking before the featurette, he was like so all about this movie. Like he legitimately like loved like Popeye, and it was an inspiration for him as an animator, and like that's must have been his dream. Like, geez.
Yeah, I mean, he talked about being like a little immigrant child and watching Popeye and feeling like an American, and it was like...
And the studios killed that. They
killed the American dream.
They went back in time and killed baby Gendy.
They just punched that little Tartakovsky right in the face. Didn't even eat spinach beforehand. Because he didn't need to, because he's tiny.
I'm glad he's working on an original story.
Yeah, I'm hype about that.
But, you know, this looked like it would be fun, and, like, I don't know.
It's like, it's Popeye. It's not one of those, like, Popeye is, like, the Guardians of the Galaxy of old cartoons, because it's, like, it doesn't have any real continuity behind it. It's got, like, a handful of characters people kind of remember. Other than that, you can do whatever the fuck you want, and not worry about what fans you're gonna piss off, because all the Popeye hardcore fans are probably dead.
Yeah, that's the thing.
The Great Aunt is still alive. Anywho. But yeah, it's sad. But, you know, at least we have an original project, which is nice.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be great.
Yeah. And Sony's also producing Medusa, and that seems to still be happening.
Good.
So that's good, right?
So good.
Very good.
Fingers crossed.
Well, one thing that we knew was going to happen, but now we finally got it confirmed, and I guess we just have to say it for the sake of being a credible news source, is Frozen 2 is happening. Yes, indeedy do.
Nina could not be happier. Let me tell you, folks.
I mean, you can't be surprised by this. It made an enormous amount of money.
It would be stupid for them not to do it.
Yeah.
Because the only reason why people are going to see that Cinderella movie is because of the Frozen short in the beginning.
A friend of mine saw it and said it was cute but bad.
The short?
Yeah.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, so it's going to be weird because, like, they've never done canonical theatrical sequels before. They've done those Disney Toon direct-to-video shits. It's going to be at least interesting to see how they actually pull something like this off.
Well, they did the Rescuers Down Under.
They did Rescuers Down Under, that's true.
Wait, did that make it to theaters?
That was theatrical.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Good, it was a good movie.
It was a good movie.
Yeah, and that's the only... And then, like, they made 2 Pooh movies, but it's not like they're sequels of one another.
Yes, the expansive hardcore Pooh continuity. The much controversial timeline.
And it was announced over social media in the tweest way possible, with Christian Bell, the voice of Anna, sleeping on a bag of ice, tweeting, "Dreams really do come true."
Oh. Wow! Like, okay, the sleeping on a bag of ice, it's like, okay, you know, she's having a goof, but dreams really do come true?
Was she also... holding up 2 fingers to the camera?
No.
Like Ghostbusters 2?
No, she's pretending to sleep on the bag of ice.
What if it's the logo of Frozen 2, just like Elsa giving the fucking
double deuce.
Double deuce.
That's not what that is. Yeah.
We have no idea what the plot is going to be.
Did she buy an ice bag?
Neither do they.
Really matter.
Neither do
because everyone's going to watch it.
Yeah.
Did she have an ice bag around, or did she have to go to, like, the 7-Eleven or something, purchase this bag of ice, all while thinking, like, this is gonna be fucking great?
No, this looks like a drugstore bag of ice.
Oh, God. Yeah, no, I'm looking at the photo. That's... You know what? Good job, Kristen Bell. Good job. That took big frozen balls.
Yeah.
I have difficulty acknowledging that Kristen Bell and... Sarah Michelle Gellar are not the same person.
Now that you mention, I can kind of see it. Yeah.
Yeah. But I have no idea what it will be about. Like, what are they going to do? Like, honestly, what are they going to do?
I hope they freeze more things, otherwise it won't be frozen.
But then she already has control of her powers. Why would more shit be frozen? Are they going to find another person with Elsa's power and they have to duke it out?
Vikings are invading from the north, and they have to fight the Vikings with ice.
Okay.
Oops! Dragons 2 beat us to that.
So, more sort of sad news is Soup to Nuts is closing. That's the animation studio behind Home Movies and Dr. Katz. They are done making things.
Now, that's sad because Home Movies is my favorite show, but what have they done since Home Movies?
Yeah, I don't really know. Like,
I'm astonished they're still around.
they've been producing Word Girl as part of Scholastic, and apparently they're restructuring their company and trying to realign with more Scholastic stuff, so like with kids stuff.
I've seen a little bit of Word Girl for, an edutainment PBS type show. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Cute and sincere.
So yeah, if you're wondering whatever happened to Soup to Nuts, they are no longer that and are making edutainment stuff. So there you go. Story. News. I did it. And last but not least is more moving and changing. That's like the theme of this week's news. Is that Nickelodeon, 3 top executives have departed within, at the same time. 3 executives that have been with Nickelodeon forever are no longer with them. I guess they're trying to change shit up. It says they're planning to expand their Burbank facilities with a new 5-story building set to be completed next year. That sounds pretty intense. They're still doing all their artist collectives and writers fellowship things. It's just sort of interesting. I mean, I don't really know what that means, but 3 powerful peeps have left. So maybe Nick will start getting better?
I don't know. Because they've been there for 8... This is 2 of them were there for 18 years, so they've been there through some good times.
Yeah.
It's... I don't think there's anything we can really read out of this.
Nope, it just happened.
Just gotta wait and see how much more or less or the same amount of SpongeBob we get.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
We get another movie 2 years from now. Oh boy.
What if SpongeBob goes like the
SpongeBob in space?
What if it goes the Star Trek route and they end the show, but every year they crank out a movie?
Yeah, and then the only chance would be if odd number ones are good for SpongeBob. The first one was good enough. The second one, I just will be astonished if it's good because we've already seen all the best jokes and they're not that good.
Okay.
And we'll see what you keep doing, Nickelodeon, because they're on thin ice. You've got Turtles and nothing. Well, no.
You've got that new show.
You've got Rocket Dog. Was Rocket Dog Nickelodeon? Who picked up Rocket?
Rocket Dog is Nickelodeon, and then that other new show by
the Green Black
Chowder dude.
The Green Black guy.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
Is that
moving in a direction that I like?
Yeah. You're trying to get on some of that Cartoon Network style shit.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Is that all the news? I think that's all the news. That's gonna be all the news because that was a lot.
Yes, that was a lot of news, and that was all the news. All the news that's fit to print.
Print is dead.
From my mouth.